Spain can be a very nice place to live in, with its lovely weather, friendly locals, and reasonably affordable lifestyle. So if you're considering moving here and opening your own business, we explain you how. First of all, if you want to open a business in Spain, you need to have a permit to live and work here. If you are a European citizen, you'll only need to obtain your tax identification number called NIE. With it, you will be able to pay your taxes as well as any other activity that requires an official process, like opening a bank account or buying a property. If you're not a European citizen, you will also need a visa and a work permit. To apply for a work permit, you have to do it at the Spanish embassy or consulate in your home country, and you'll need to provide the following documents: a business plan, evidence that you have enough money to invest in your business and support yourself, proof of your skills or experience, copies of any business contracts or commissions, any applicable license or registration, and the potential to create employment in Spain. After obtaining this permit, you will have to prove you still fulfill all these conditions every year for the next 5 years. After this, you can apply for a long-term Spanish resident status. So, once you have a permit to live and work in Spain, you then need to choose your business's legal form. There are 3 main options in Spain: sole trader, partnership, and limited company. Sole trader is the easiest, cheapest, and most flexible way to start doing business in Spain, and it requires doing 3 things: register with the Spanish tax office, register for Social Security as an autonomous worker, and get a license if required. As a sole trader, you will be entitled to free healthcare, but since you will be self-employed, you'll need to join healthcare insurance fund via the Social Security authorities, which will also cover any dependent family member living with you. Finally, each year you'll need to file a personal income tax return, as well as your quarterly returns. You'll also need to keep copies of invoices and receipts for all expenses you want to deduct on your annual return. For this, we recommend consulting with our lawyers, or accountants to avoid any fines or other penalties derived from failing to comply with these requirements. If instead you plan to go into business with 1 or more people, then you can open a partnership. The process is still flexible, but a little more time-consuming and expensive. You can choose from 2 types of partnerships in Spain: general partnership and limited partnership, which have their own special requirements and give different rights and responsibilities. But in both cases, you'll need to include the words Sociedad Civil in your business name, register with the tax authorities, register for Social Security, apply for licenses, and create a partnership agreement signed before a notary. The partnership agreement isn't a strict requirement though, but we strongly recommend it since it helps to regulate the relationship between you and your business partners, and it's usually drafted by a lawyer to protect both parties. Now, if you want your business to be a limited company, it is the most complex, formal, and expensive type of company, but also has several advantages, including limited liability and more favorable taxation. There are 6 types of limited companies you can choose from in Spain. They differ by the minimum number of shareholders and amount of money required to invest. But whichever one you choose, you'll need to do the following steps: hire a lawyer or accountant, get a certificate of uniqueness that confirms the business name is available, get a tax identification code called CIF, open a bank account in the name of your company, and deposit the minimum investment amount required. Get a public deed of incorporation. This document is the one that sets up your company. The public deed must be published by a notary and will be accessible to the public. You will then need to register your company, and to do so, you'll need to stamp the original deed in your local tax authority, take it to the mercantile registry for filing in the official registry of companies, and once you receive confirmation of registration, you'll need to obtain your final CIF number in your local tax office. Afterwards, you need to register with the Social Security authorities and do other formalities like set up proper accounting books, obtain any licenses necessary to operate your business, and notify the regional authorities. So these are the legal forms you can pick for your business. Now, evidently, in every case, you'll have to pay taxes, and the requirements will change extensively depending on whether you're a sole trader, a partnership, or a limited company. For this, we strongly recommend consulting a local accountant to avoid fines and other penalties. So, if you're planning to open a company in Spain or are considering it, do not hesitate to contact Lave Abogados. Our specialists will be able to advise you on what type of business suits you better and guide you along the way, facilitating the whole process for you and, if it's the case, your partners. Thank you for your time.